Ware, DeMarcus Ware was released today. Apparently, they couldn't get a deal done. The defense without DeMarcus Ware, it's not going to be the same, guys. It's going to be different. DeMarcus Ware likes to wear those little things right here on his helmet. We're going to see that no more for the Cowboys. He's going to be doing that for another team. But our defense, it needs a lot of help, and losing.
Man, that right there, Eshawn,
That's what's up.
was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's when I started it, man. That's when I started it. And
yes.
10 years later, my goal when I started this, Eshawn, was to meet other Cowboy fans and to interact with other Cowboy fans. That was my goal. And I can sit here on this 10-year anniversary stream and say it worked. It worked.
I'm glad.
I met the guys like Eshawn here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say a lot of names here. Our relationship might have soured, but it is what it is. My Cowboys family, got to meet them in person. Got to meet Space Cowboy 17 in person. Cowboys blog, that's my dog in person. Dallas Cowboy fan 1980 in person. Then, you go off stream here. You talk about Mike Mosh, Eshawn, Cowboys champ, OG, Mike Mosh, Simon Says, guys that I've interacted with. You talk about Law Nation. I actually met Law Nation in person back in 2019 at training camp. John Shango. I met Shango.
Yeah.
I've got a picture with him. It flies.
Man, yeah.
It flies by, but man, let me tell you, it worked. It worked. Yeah. And I got to see Space Cowboy start from oh man, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna get all into this right here. It sucks we let Tyron go, one of the best players. Our front office is a complete joke. It's unfortunate in the current state of the Cowboys. We're gonna dip into that. We're gonna dip right into that, Mike. I promise we are. I promise. Ron, Don, everybody in the comments. Daniel, what's going on? Eastside Harold, even though you ain't a Cowboy fan, what's up? Brando, the best moderator in the game. Craig English, what's up? Danny Savage is battling the flu, so he won't be able to make it in, but he'll be in the comment section walking. So 10 years ago, I started this channel. Why? Because DeMarcus Ware was released, as you could tell in the video. DeMarcus Ware was released today by the Dallas Cowboys. 10 years later, Tyron Smith, 13-year career, gone to the New York Jets to go protect Aaron Rodgers. And
what a turn of events, huh?
Two different things. Yeah. DeMarcus Ware was a cap casualty.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith's contract ran out. And man,
right.
Another wasted talent. That's what bothers me the most, Eshawn, Mike. That's what bothers me the most is wasted talent.
You
talk about you can go down the list of 29 years of failed seasons, high talent, first ballot Hall of Famers. Tyron Smith, first ballot Hall of Famer. He should have just retired, and he would have went in with Aaron Donald to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Eshawn. What was your reaction when you got the news that Tyron Smith was going to the Jets?
Well, before I get into Tyron Smith,
Mike, thank you for that super chat, brother. Thank you. Go ahead.
Let me just say, I said it offline, but I want to say it publicly. Congrats on 10 years on your channel. To another 10 years for you. So everyone in the comment section, just make sure to congratulate my man here for 10 years. He's one of the best Cowboy, fans here on YouTube. He gets crazy sometimes. That's the purpose of talking crazy on Cowboys Corner. But hey, he's a genuine dude, and I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity to join you on your show. So not just this show, but the multiple shows we've done for the past couple of years. So I just wanted to say that first before
Well,
answering.
thank you, Eshawn. It means a lot, brother. Thank you.
Anytime, anytime. But no, to the thing on Tyron Smith, man. I mean, my reaction was the same as your reaction in that another fucking wasted talent with no fucking Super Bowl ring to show for it. Right? I mean, we could say what we want. I mean, first of all, I honestly thought like I was surprised he went to the Jets. I thought when I first saw the news, I thought it was like a retirement thing. So to see him go to the Jets, that's like, I mean, for me it was kind of like, I I wish him all the best, I guess, but it was a gut punch to see him go to another team. But just we've all talked about the amount of he's a first ballot Hall of Famer the moment that he retires. In my opinion, his body is broken down, and so had he retired, I would have had no problem with that. Or like, but the thing for me where I have a problem from the organization, what gives me cause to pause is we've seen what we are without Tyron Smith. Now, I've been on your show, I've been on Fifth Quarter show numerous times saying that I think we should get someone behind him to learn. Especially, I mean, like, I don't see, I mean, he's good for 8 games max, right? And so that's where his body is. So, off of that regard, for as much of a talent as he is, for as much of a Hall of Famer as he is, his body just is not at that point where he could play all 17 games. And so I thought we should have gotten someone behind him. This is years ago. I've been saying this. The mere fact that we have not done that, we still got rid of him. And we know what Dak has looked in his career without Tyron Smith. That's really what gives me concern. But honestly, I'm not surprised. If I'm being like, I'm more disappointed than I am upset, because I'm just like, I'm not surprised. I mean, this whole like all in thing that Jerry Jones talks about is complete bullshit. You know it, I know it. And so like, I wish Tyron Smith all the best, but like, it's clear to me the Cowboys have no plan going into the season, none, and it's really fucking evident to me. And so I mean, because there's been numerous off seasons that we've had where they've just done nothing. But not only are we not doing anything, we're getting rid of pieces too, and not substituting those pieces. So it just is. Goes to Tyron. This goes to Leighton Vander Esch, and so, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just more disappointed. That's kind of that's what my thing is on it. But yeah, I mean, it's a gut punch. But I'm worried heading into the season. I'll be honest with you. So that's what I think.
No, absolutely. I think you hit. Jack. Can he trust that left side with Tyron Smith being gone? Do they look at the draft? Demarius Mims, Jordan Morgan. Do they look at the left tackle? Tyler Biadasz left, so you got a center hole. How much do you trust Brock Hoffman there at the center position, right? So offensive line, definitely going into this, as you say, they have no plan for this offseason because their 7 draft picks doesn't fill the holes that we need. And we just got rid of Michael Gallup, and LVE is also cut as well. So when you look at Michael Gallup being gone, coming off the ACL injury, wasn't the same player. I say it all the time. If you are a Dallas Cowboy player and you tear your ACL under Mike McCarthy's leadership, the chances of you advancing in your career is very slim. And guys, I got 20 viewers in here. Thank you guys for 10 years. I really appreciate it. The link is always dropping in the comment section. If you guys want to come in here to the 10 years, to the 10-year stream, you're more than welcome to. Come in here, pop it in, hit the like button, guys, and much appreciated. But right now we're talking about Gallup and LVE. LVE got hurt week 5 against the San Francisco 49ers, and Trent Williams pushed him into Micah Parsons. His head came hit. We wish LVE health, number one, and we hope that I think he's about to have or he's about to have his first child, I believe, here very soon. So, him being a family man, this right here, retiring is probably best for his career. Eshawn, what was your reaction with LVE and Michael Gallup getting released?
I can't say I was surprised by either of them. I mean, I've been talking about getting Michael Gallup out for well over the past year and a half. When it comes to Leighton Vander Esch, I'm just like, to me, he's like Sean Lee 2.0, just with a shorter career. I mean, he's a kind of, I mean, just like Sean Lee, very talented guy whose career is basically fucked because of injuries. Like we can go back. I mean, the past 3 seasons, Leighton Vander Esch has been injured with the same neck injury, right? And so, am I surprised we got rid of him? No. But even so, like I said, when it came to the Tyron Smith thing, if we don't replace him, we saw how bad we struggled at linebacker this season with this whole nickel shit that we did. We have to. I know we got Eric Kendricks up in here, but I mean, we still need the linebacker position. I mean, I don't know what. I hope they address it in the draft. That's, I guess, all we can do. But I'm really concerned about this defense heading into this, and especially to your point with, about, if you tear your ACL, you have ACL injuries. You're not the same under McCarthy. Trevon is coming off of a leg injury too, and so yeah. So I'm worried about this defense heading into this season. So that So I am concerned heading into it. I'll be honest with you. So, but yeah, to the question, what was my reaction to Leighton Vander Esch's thing? Not surprised, just concerned heading in. That's my reaction.
Yeah. What's crazy though is the guy that stepped up the most in that playoff game against the Packers released. 100 yards, Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
It's kind of full circle. So ironically, this is a 10-year stream. Mm-hmm. And when Michael Gallup, LVE, these guys, Dorrance Armstrong, Connor Williams, when these guys got drafted, I was at that draft in 2018 in Dallas, Texas. Dude, you guess how many players are on this team from that draft?
I can't name many. from
zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zero. Agent. Yeah. Agent, thank you, brother. Thank you for the congratulations on 10 years. It's because of you guys we've lasted this long. Liking and supporting the channel. 10 years, 750,000 views later. We're kicking strong here. You let me know when you guys started following. Were you Catch Up 2011 follower? That's 10 years ago, right? That was a channel name, Catch Up 2011. Were you following Dallas Cowboy football news? Mm-hmm. Or did you click subscribe when it was Cowboys Corner, what it is right now? Danny Savage, thank you for the congratulations. Joe, thank you for the congratulations. It's because of you guys. I'm still here 10 years now talking Dallas Cowboy football with my brother Eshawn, and whoever wants to click the link and come join in. The link is there. And if you guys want to come in and talk, we'll come in and we'll talk. But, LVE, he had to go. Michael Gallup, he obviously had to go. Wasn't the same player. Tyron Smith had to go. He wasn't consistent enough. Yeah, I came on Cowboys Corner. Appreciate it, Agent. Yeah, the link's always there. The link's always there. Man, no, just so we talk about Cowboys not building for the future, Eshawn. We've talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry says the Cowboys never called them. Andre, thank you for the congratulations. Thank you so much. The Cowboys never called Derrick Henry. Wow. What'd you make of that?
Again, it's the same thing that I always say about Jerry Jones, man. I've always said Jerry Jones likes the anticipation of winning, not the reality of winning. Last season, everyone and their grandmother knew that the running back needed to be addressed. That was last season. And especially after last season's lack of productivity in the fucking run game, this season you not only get rid of Tony Pollard, I get he's struggled mightily last season, but not only do you get rid of a running back, you don't replace him again. And this whole thing about not calling Derrick Henry, I'm not surprised at all, man, because this is really the reason, in my opinion, why we struggle so much, not in the playoffs, and then just in general. And then Jerry Jones wonders why we haven't won nothing.
Right.
Like, right? I mean, you don't look at any organization in the NFL. I mean, we hate the Eagles, we hate the Niners, whatever we want to say about them, but damn it, they're making moves. I mean, right? Any organization should be trying to improve their team, but we're not. And that's really the problem I have is Jerry Jones really is complacent. And it's been this way. So, like, I mean, what was my reaction to him not calling Derrick Henry? I can't say I'm surprised. I'm just like, this is just another day this is just another day in the Cowboys organization. So, I mean, I'm not remotely surprised. I'm just like, I'm just sick and tired of the fact that Jerry Jones is trying to sell us the shit of, oh, I'm all in, when you're not. You know what I mean? You're just not. And so, so that's my reaction. I'm not surprised. Just it's more maddening as I think a fan, even though it's something that I'm kind of sadly familiar with. You know what I mean? It's sad to say that I'm familiar with it, but I mean, that's just unfortunately the truth of it. So.
No. Derrick Henry lives in Dallas. He has a house built in Dallas. It almost made sense. Hey, but here's why they didn't do it, Eshawn. Here's why they didn't do it, chat. And if I can get 3 people to click like right now, just 3, 2, 1, guys, 3 people click like right now. Here's why they didn't do it. Mm-hmm. You look at the free agents that they've re-signed, like CJ Goodwin, Jordan Lewis, the long snapper, Eric Kendricks. It's all less. It's all less than $3.5 million.
Right. It's a money situation. Yeah.
Derrick Henry's contract is $6.5 million. And here comes Agent 9 in the building. What's up, Agent?
What's going on?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, why do Cowboys fans always act like they didn't know Jerry was lying about going all in? He ain't never did it in like 30 years.
Right, exactly.
So why is everybody making all these videos being acting like, oh, Jerry said he was going to go all in? I don't believe nothing Jerry say.
Right.
He's been saying that for since how long?
Listen, it was a few years ago. I don't remember the year. Jerry said after we got our ass whooped in another playoff, oh, money's not a problem. We do what we have to do. He did do nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So why is everybody so upset about us not going all in? You should already. How long have you been a Cowboy fan? That's how. Some of you people must be new.
Right.
Yep.
No,
he's not going all in. He's not going all in. Steven not going all in.
Nope.
Yes.
Steven shop at Walmart. He a billionaire.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So I was never mad. I was never upset. I was never let down because I knew they weren't going to do.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Here's why people held on to that agent. Here's why people held on to that. The Cowboy fans were at the lowest point of fandom after that Packers loss.
Yeah.
And this quote from Jerry, "We're going all in, we're not building for the future," came just a few weeks after that butt kicking at AT&T Stadium where they were 16-0, where they were primed to win that game, where they were favored by 7 points. So Jerry, being Jerry, had to
run his mouth
something and say, "We're going all in. That's right. We're not building for the future." And guess who all the clickbaiter Cowboy content creators baited that? All the TikTok Cowboy fans who think their media baited that. All the big Cowboy content creators baited that. And all the real guys, Cowboys blog, all our subscribers, we were like, are people really believing that?
Right.
Like, it meant nothing. This is coming from the same guy that said Des Bryant will be a Dallas Cowboy, and they cut him 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
But my thing with the Cowboy creators that make me mad is because they talk about the 3-letter network and y'all acting just like them. I don't have to like that.
Right.
Dak Prescott if I don't like him. If I don't believe he's the quarterback for this team, that's my opinion. But they will make videos and call people who are Cowboy fans delusional because we don't like Dak. If I don't like him, I don't like him.
I don't like him.
If I don't like Tyron Smith, I don't like him. If I don't like CD Lamb, I don't like him. Why are you telling me I gotta like somebody because you like him?
Right.
And what's with all this? Oh my God, they let Michael Gallup go. Y'all hated Michael Gallup 2 years ago. What about Tyron Smith? Letting him go. Y'all hated Tyron. All these Cowboy creators who I know y'all know by name. If I say their name, you're gonna know them. Y'all didn't want Tyron Smith there. Now that he's gone to the Jets, you crying. Now and then another thing, why does everybody act like they want Zeke back? Yeah, everybody had a pitchfork to get Zeke out of here 2 years ago. Now all of a sudden, now y'all want Zeke back? These same Cowboy content creators be making me laugh, and I just sit here and laugh because y'all don't know what you want.
Right.
They want the clicks, they want the super chats, and they're biased. A lot of these Cowboy fans, if you're known by 105.3 The Fan, and then you're media, you lost your fanhood a long time ago. And that's why my channel and everyone that is welcome to come on here on Talking Crazy, it's an opinion-based content. My opinion either can be the same as yours or different than yours, but all around it's still an opinion. But when you throw shade on somebody and you retweet and you requote, Twitter's so damn toxic. Let's just say that right now.
Hey, Twitter is ridiculous. Like I follow you and a lot of other people. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But a lot of the people who think they talking for the Cowboys are making us look like idiots in front of the other teams. How about you just shh and be quiet?
Right. And see what this year, it's the worst it's ever been.
Yeah.
These big following Cowboy media guys are not fans anymore. They're media guys.
They're media guys.
They're wanting to be best friends with these players, and they want to be best friends with inside media guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you mix that, you can't look me in the face and say you don't have an agenda anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Agreed.
If you're collabing with Brian Broaddus, great job. You're just not a Cowboys fan no more. You're media. You have a set talking agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm not knocking that.
Just don't
force your merch on me.
Yeah.
And still talk about the team that I love because that benefits you. That's why I don't rock with a lot of these guys. Because I can't do that. We're all fans. I'm no greater than anybody on here. No greater than anybody in this comment section. I look at everybody like human beings. Everyone's saying great job on 10 years. I appreciate that. Why? Because that's mutual respect we have with each other.
Right, but what you got to realize, like you just said, is like I could name off a lot of channels that you be like, yep, they changed. But my thing is, you can change. I'm not saying don't have a growth, but my thing is that I have an opinion on a player. You can't act like I'm not educated or like I played football coming up. I coach football, so and I just turned 40 years old last week. So don't act like I don't have a knowledge of the game just because you have a channel. And if I have an opinion on something, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. All right, you got that. I'm wrong. Cool. Yeah. Maybe this player was right for the team or he wasn't. Cool. But they act like because they got a channel or got a base that whatever they say is gold. No, I don't believe. Listen, I could believe what you say 70% of the time and don't agree 30% of the time. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Just like I don't agree with what you say all the time. And that's my opinion. But when you call people delusional because you want to say Dak Prescott, listen, if you love him, cool, great. Listen, I don't make videos or tweet or anything about bashing Dak Prescott. I just don't think he's a good enough quarterback for me in regular season. Yeah, in the playoffs, no, because in the playoffs, that's when the elite teams come out and he can't beat the elite teams. You can blame the defense all you want. You can say the defense gave up 3 or 4 touchdowns. Then why did you come out after we got the ball and score 3 or 4 touchdowns? You didn't do that. You didn't match that energy. You just say, okay, well, fuck it. We just let the defense take the blame. And no, you have a chance to when they score, you score. They score, you score. You could,
Blowout.
you didn't do it. So don't tell me how elite he is, because when it comes to the game 7, what I call it, he never shows up. You could blame the defense. Nigga gave up 100 points. You should have scored 101 points, but you didn't do it. So I don't want to hear. Am I trying to let the defense off the hook? No, because they was trash that game. We all know it.
Yeah.
But you match their energy with your trashness on offense.
You have to.
100%.
And when you look at that, when Lauren said we were tired, I was pissed off when I heard that. But when you go back and watch it, you look at the Packers ran down their throats, right? They punched them in the mouth on 2 long drives. But when the offense needed to give their defense a break, they went punt, interception, punt, pick 6. You looked up, it was 27-0. So yes, your defense sucked, but your offense didn't do any better.
Yeah.
And not to cut you off, but what you said is exactly right. But with these Dak Prescott lovers, you can love, I don't care. And it's that, we were down 20 something. Yeah, we were down because you didn't score.
Right.
You forget that. It's not like they had the ball for the whole 2 quarters and we didn't get an opportunity to score. We had the ball and you did do nothing with it. So don't give me the stats about how he tried to come back in the 3rd or 4th quarter. It's too late.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agreed.
No, it's when it comes to old Prescott, and one thing we're not going to do here on Cowboys Corner is we're not going to talk about anything regarding the SA investigation or anything like that.
No.
There's not a lot of facts out there. There's not a lot enough to form an opinion. When it comes to the media giving both sides, I'm definitely going to listen to both sides, but we're not going to discuss anything with SA right here on Cowboys Corner.
Yeah.
But having said all that, Cowboys Kid, welcome to the 10-year anniversary stream. I've been doing this more than half your life. How's that feel?
It feels humbling. I feel like I'm a part of history on this thing.
Hey, shit, that's awesome.
Well, appreciate it.
Congratulations.
We got Agent in here. We got Eshawn. We got Cowboys Kid on the 10-year anniversary stream. You are on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys, and right now we're talking about just the Cowboys in general. Anything surprise you this week, Cowboys Kid?
Well, I want to say one thing. In terms of social media, while it is a great means of communication from people all over the world and country, it's very hard to not get caught up in the crap. So when you're a Cowboys fan, right? And I was scrolling on my phone, I was on Sports Illustrated, and I came across this article, and I was like, there's talk about Zeke coming back to the Cowboys, and I said, hold up, because let me go back to sleep, and then let me wake up, and then let me read it again.
Thank you.
Because I'm obviously not reading that right. I'm obviously not processing that right. Are y'all saying that y'all just wanted him out like 2 years ago?
Thank you. I just said that.
Y'all were cursing him out of Dallas just 2 years ago. Y'all were pressed to get him out just 2 years ago. Now that y'all trade Tony Pollard, now who y'all want? Zeke.
Right.
Nah. And then it comes out that Jerry Jones had no communication with Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's not surprising at all.
Derrick Henry has a house in Dallas.
Yeah, we were just talking.
What are you doing?
No. He has 2 houses. 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them.
What are you doing? What's going on? Have you woken up yet? And so what I'm saying is, y'all got to get off of all this media's crap and all this, some of this, some of that, and get into like game mode this off season. All these different teams. Commanders got Biadasz. And
Biadasz.
Yeah. And all these teams are benefiting from us, but we're not benefiting at all this offseason. And so what we need to do is we need to get on game mode, and we need to get on this draft, and we need to start pumping. urgently.
Well,
Hey, go ahead, Eshaun.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, man. I mean, this is the life of being a Cowboys fan, man. None of us here, I think, are me, Agent, Cowboys Corner. I think even you're starting to realize, man, this is just life as a Cowboys fan, man. You know, every single season you're gonna hear Jerry Jones say something or another of, oh, you know what? This is the most disappointing playoff loss in my life. Then come Thanksgiving next season, his ass is gonna be like, oh, you know what? This is the best team since Troy Aikman's Super Bowl years.
Right,
And
right.
next season, when we lose in the playoffs again, it's going to be the same thing. So it's essentially it's a dog's tail, man. You
Real
know,
quick,
it's gonna curl
hold on. Bad intentions. If you go through any of my videos, number one, I don't talk about any player but Dallas Cowboy players. I'm not like any of these content creators, so I don't fit in the category of talking about the Texans or anything like that. So I don't want to talk about Dak Prescott. So you might be talking to East Side Herald or not, but you won't see any Deshaun Watson video on my channel.
Thank you.
I've never seen a Deshaun Watson, but no, I mean, I think Cowboys could. You're starting to realize, man, that this is just what it is, man. You're gonna have to. Unfortunately, we have to just get used to the fact that this is just what it is being a Cowboys fan. I'm not remotely mad. I'm not remotely surprised. I'm just fucking numb at this point.
Thank you, Eshaun. Why is everybody so shocked and appalled? We never do. Listen, for the last, we could say 30 years, but I'll give you the last 4 or 5 years. We had a need at each position, and every year it's a free agency that come up, and we never meet the need. Like so why y'all so shocked that we didn't go get a center or a running back in this offseason? Why you know they're not spending no money?
Yeah,
that's why I know. That's how I know some of y'all haven't been Cowboys fans for that long. I can tell because Jerry has been lying to you niggas for about 100 years.
That's facts.
It's true,
and he hasn't done nothing. And then he'll come out. I've been doing my best. No, I don't want to hear all that stuff. Don't. Listen, I got a wife. She talks to me in that voice. Don't come and talk to me in that voice where you trying to make it seem good because after we lost, like you said, on Cowboys Corner, after the Green Bay stomped us into oblivion, that he had to do some kind of like let me go out here and say something to the Cowboys fan because we pissed. No. I know you wasn't gonna do nothing. That's why I never tweeted. I never said nothing because Jerry, you've been lying to us for years, man. You knew we needed a linebacker. The first day of tampering, our phone should have went off with like 8 tweets saying that the Cowboys signed him. The Cowboys signed this one. You didn't do it. We know you. So why is everybody so shocked? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why everybody's so, we didn't get nobody. And you really believe Jerry was going to go out there and show his nuts and get somebody. Come on, man.
No, 100%. OG, welcome to the 10-year anniversary stream right here on Crazy and Cowboys. How you been?
OG, ready. Got the hat on.
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. Oh, hold on. I got to give a big shout out to Mike here real quick. He's saying Stephen Jones is worse than Jerry Jones. Mike, you're absolutely right. Thank you for that super chat. So
Stephen Jones is only allowed to talk football because he's Jerry's son. If he wasn't Jerry's son, he won't be hired nowhere.
Man knows nothing about football. God, he irritates me just hearing him talk. Good Lord. What's going on, OG? How you been, man?
So real quick, the Cowboys kid make good points, and this ties into. There's Dallas Cowboy fans, and then there's player fans. And the people that want Zeke back is just a player fan. They want him in that role because he was a first-round draft pick who had 3 successful years.
Right.
And they're holding on to that. And so, Zeke should not be here. By any stretch of the means, he's wearing down. He's even older. He ain't the same running back. Period.
Yeah.
No one should be freaking out what the Cowboys are doing. They don't do anything, as Agent was saying in free agency.
They don't. Stephen Jones literally came out and said, we don't define all in by what you spend in free agency. It's keeping your core in some of the great players in this league. That's literally a quote from him. So, like, why is anyone surprised?
It's one of those things where whenever you're like agent, whenever you're like Cowboys kid, whenever you're like OG, whenever you're like Eshawn, Dallas Cowboy fan, 1980, Cowboys blog, fifth quarter Cowboys, whenever it comes to being real, whenever you bring the realness to it, whenever you bring the bad side to it, whenever you ignore rainbows and unicorns, what do they call us, agent?
Delusional, man.
Fanboys or delusional.
But here's the kicker. Why is it that the fanboy delusional guys are more right than the rainbows and unicorn guys?
Because like some of us don't really have I don't have a page. I work like 12-hour shifts every day. I don't got time to come home and talk about the goddamn Cowboys. I got 4 kids and a puppy. I don't have to come home and But my thing with that is like they have the voice because you got to realize that Cowboy fans in general are tired of ESPN and Fox talking bad about the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
So we would like to run to somebody who's going to talk good about the Cowboys. So we come to the YouTubers who think that they're going to talk straight with about the Cowboys. Yeah. So that's like, okay, I can go to Cowboys Corner. I can go to, I'll name names, Vosh Lombardi, Fuster King, Mark Holmes. I know all these Law Nation. I know all these guys, all of them. I know all of them, not personally, but I've been watching their channel for maybe over 10 years now. Yeah. But when it seemed like to me, it's like they're acting now like regular ESPN and Fox. Like, listen, Playboy, if I say that Dak Prescott should have won us this game, and you want to come out and try to rebuttal me and say, well, the defense wasn't this. Listen, the defense wasn't good. I'm not saying they wasn't good. That's their problem. You're not listening. I'm not saying, but you got the ball in your hand. How many people in this chat or this live stream know that the quarterback get all the glory when they win, right?
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. The quarterback can score 17 points. He will get the glory. But the defense held the other team to 3 points. Nobody's really caring about the defense. You're gonna worry about who you like as a quarterback. But my thing is, you can't name me one game since he's been here in the playoffs that you said Dak Prescott won at this game. You can't.
Not one.
Right.
Not one. The defense. You can go to the Tampa Bay game, Tom Brady last game. The defense was amazing that game.
Yeah,
it was amazing. But you can't say Dak Prescott was amazing. You can't.
Right.
Right. So tell me one game that he has won us in the playoffs. Don't give me no regular season shit. Give me the playoffs. Tell me when he won us a game in the playoffs. You said, you know what? Dak put us on his shoulders this game, and he led us to victory. And if you tell me one game, maybe I forgot. I'm getting old.
There hasn't been any.
Right. It's either going to be Tampa Bay or Seattle.
Right. So why do I got to say that he's such an amazing quarterback? And he did. Listen, only reason why I say Dak Prescott deserves his contract because as a man, I'm a man. You signed a contract, you got to get this man what you signed as a contract. That's why I don't like to hear about how much somebody make. It's not my business how much he making. But do I think that he's worth that? Hell no.
No.
Hell no. Hell no. I don't think he's worth that money. But as a man, we shook hands and said, if you play for me this amount of years, I'll pay you this amount. So that's why I say you got to pay him his money because we all men here. We got families. And you told me you're going to pay me, you got to pay me what you told me you're going to pay me.
Yeah.
If he didn't live up to it, that's different. But you told him. But do I think he? No, hell no. I don't think he's worth that much money. Hell no.
Right.
OG, you there?
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
What you want?
Whatever you want to bring to talking crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
10-year anniversary string.
I listen to a lot of guys on YouTube. You know, I like Law Nation and other guys. You know, I like how they, I like how they bring it. But everybody likes, a lot of Mark Holmes and a lot of people. I respect their decision, as men. But I like how if you say something about that, then everybody get offended.
Yeah, right.
And
Thank
then
you. Thank you.
we have good seasons and we have bad seasons with him. So I mean that's cool. You're gonna like who you're gonna like. You're going to you're gonna love him, you're gonna hate him.
Yeah.
Because of the seasons we done had with him.
Yeah.
So I respect everybody's decisions, things like that. I respect everybody as a man, I respect everybody on the panel talking. And I respect everybody YouTube shows and things like that. People don't want to throw Dak under the bus. I can respect that. People love him and things like that. So I've just seen enough, it's like, it's like we had a chance to trade him a few days ago, but we didn't do it. Maybe because the case pending. And I don't want to go too much into this case, but
we're not talking about it on Cowboys Corner.
Yeah, but I don't want to go into it. So, like I said, it's a lot of distractions. This team has a lot of distractions right now.
Yeah.
The free agencies and things are distractions. And Jones going out of town is a distraction.
Right.
They trying to, a lot of sales. Everything's a distraction. A lot of ESPNs, a lot of distractions.
Right.
A lot of shows, a lot of NFL networks, a lot of distractions. So,
Right.
We can't get away from distractions.
Yeah.
And this team has been in trouble for the last 20-something years. And, I don't even know. Hopefully, I pray to God that I live a long time, to see this team do something successful. But, hopefully, that all of us do. But,
right.
So it bothers me that everybody don't want to change.
Yeah.
So they are afraid to move forward from Dak.
From Dak.
And it's a lot of distractions, because we can't. I always tell people when I call their shows, I tell them, look, why are we so scared to move forward?
Right. Right.
We're so scared to get younger in the quarterback position.
Right.
Everybody's so happy with these 12-5, 12-5, 8-8, 8-8, things like that. So until we learn how to move forward and don't be scared like the San Francisco 49ers and like the Green Bays and like all these other teams are getting younger, like the Carolinas and things like that. They're taking chances. I understand that the Pittsburgh Steelers got rid of their quarterback in the trade, and Chicago got rid of their quarterback in the trade. They just couldn't fit the system that they had. So I'm ready to move on. Hopefully Zimmerman can bring something to the defense, but I'm just like so Zimmer. I'm sorry, Zimmer. I'm just like so ready to move on from Dak. I'm so ready to move on because we're probably gonna draft the receiver in this draft, and we let go of Gallup, and so see the thing with me, I'm not afraid of losing. I'm not afraid of going back to 4-12 and 8-8. I think this defense is good enough to win us 10 games. Can we do it with a younger quarterback? I don't know. Well, we don't know because we're so scared to move forward with somebody different. And until we learn how to understand, we got to learn how to lose. We're so used to winning.
Thank you, OG. Thank you, OG. Thank you, OG.
We're so
because
used to
the
winning
Cowboy
with him.
fans like in the comments right now saying, "What we gonna do if we move on from Dak? We ain't been winning when we got Dak. So what the fuck does it matter?"
So let me ask y'all this: so if we go 8-8 now, make it to the playoffs, or if we go 8-8 or 4-12 or however the record is, we don't make it to the playoffs. What's the difference between us getting knocked out in the first round of the playoffs a week later or 2 weeks later?
There's only one thing different.
Having a shitty season, and that's what I'm talking about.
Agreed.
There's
only one thing different: draft position. That's it.
I was going to say that, Cowboy Corner. When we got him, we end up picking 24, right?
Yeah.
We end up picking 24, but we're not satisfied at the end of the day. So I don't care if we go 4-14. Maybe we would get somebody that can help us win the next year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
And so, this contract was the most dumbest contract I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
the dumbest. And I can go back to when he's, okay, they played pussyfoots at first with the contract by franchising him a while back, and they kept playing around with this contract, and then he got on that trade clause, and they got sucked into that trade clause. And I'm so mad because we know he can win games, with us, but you can do it with somebody else, just do it with somebody else, because what we messed up is the contract, because we see San Francisco traded away some players. We see that Green Bay traded away Aaron Rodgers and got picks. They are building a team, and what we messed up is we're missing pieces right now. Yeah, and I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but he's not good for the Dallas Cowboys because we need to build our team. We don't even know what we're going to go on the offensive line still. We're still sucking on the defensive line. And our secondary is still shitty and it's still old. So we can't build on just 6 draft picks and we don't have the money for free agents. We can't sign nobody. So, we have to learn how to we're in trouble because we don't have enough players or good players right now. To build this team. So we're going to see where we're going to go on offensive tackle. Now with defensive tackle, we're still not strong there. And our secondary is still not strong. So, let
me ask you this question. If Dak is the franchise quarterback, right? Yeah. And he has a no trade clause, right? Because I play football. I'm pretty sure we all play football. If I'm in the huddle, and I hear some bullshit being called in right now. Like, we're not about to run that shit. Why would Dak just like, no, fuck that. We're going to run this. He don't do that. He's a company man. I don't deal good with company men. Listen, it's certain situation that we all watch the game. But like, why would the fuck would he run that play right now?
He's a quiet
right? And if he has a no trade clause, if he's a made man because he's a franchise quarterback, why can't he go, nah, we're not doing that. Get the huddle done. We're going to run the ball this play, or we're going to not run the ball. We're going to, like, people never put that into consideration because they love him so much. I don't have a problem with him as a man, but I've seen enough in 8-9 years that he can't get the job done. And everybody keep talking about Dak he need a running back, he need an offensive line, he need a defense, he need special teams, he need head coaching. But you see, Patrick Mahomes just won a Super Bowl. He had nobody to throw to but an old ass Travis Kelce.
That's right.
He had no receivers. His team led the league in drop passes all year. He still won a Super Bowl. So don't tell me about weapons that you need.
Agreed. But see, my issue when it comes to those who are defending Dak, and again, like I agree. I mean, look, we all have different opinions. That's fine. We can all have our own opinions. That's the beauty of being Cowboy fans. That's the beauty of in general. But what I have a big problem with, guys, is that we all know Dak Prescott's a good guy, company guy, whatever. But have you noticed that with a lot of Cowboy fans, whenever we're talking about him, that's the first thing they bring up? Like, if the time has come to stop all that shit, we're talking football. We're not talking about Dak Prescott as a man. We're not talking about his charitable thing. We all know what he went through with his mom and his brother. My heart goes out.
They always got to throw the extra seasoning on there.
But I mean, the facts are the facts. He's not come through. He has a winning record in every month but January. And like, let's keep it real, guys. I mean, we say he folds under the brightest lights, but take the Packers game. The Packers were not the toughest opponent that we could have had. We're 17-point favorites. We won 15 straight at home. The Packers proved us wrong, and because they always fucking beat us. But they weren't the toughest opponents. That wasn't even the brightest light. It was the first round of the playoffs. And you're folding like that in the first round of the playoffs. So like it's to the point where I'm so sick and tired. Like, I mean, to your point, Agent, about people just want to make excuses and are just okay with being lazy and complacent with him, right? And I get so sick of hearing this guy's press conferences. Drives me crazy. Like he after the Packers game, he has the nerve to get up to the podium and say, "Oh, you don't want to see us again next season." After you're asked those 2 picks, and I don't give a shit about the final score. We were down at one point, 48-16 in that game. So this whole 32 shit, I don't want to hear anything about 32 points. Fucking nonsense. So like, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, those fans who are like just want to dick ride him. Like, I mean, I used to support him early in his career, but it's to the point where it's just like the facts are the facts about him. The facts are the facts. He's 2-5 in the playoffs. Like, you cannot deny that. That's just fact. And he is a regular season quarterback, man.
No, Eshawn, it's the water boy fault because he didn't bring the water on the field at the 2-minute warning quick enough for him to get some water. It's the guy who controls the light. It's everybody's fault but that.
Everyone else's fault but him.
Right. And I'm not trying to put the blame because it's a team game. But when you hear the Cowboy content creators always say, "Oh, well, the defense, motherfucker, you know the defense couldn't stop the run all year long. Right. It wasn't nothing new. Right. They couldn't stop the defense all year long. But what also I knew though is that when it comes to the playoff time, that Prescott's going to fold like a church chair. And then they want to always throw a Tony Romo name in there. Him and Tony Romo got the same stats to me. They don't win in the playoffs. So don't bring up Tony Romo. Don't bring up Kirk Cousins because he don't play for the Cowboys. Don't bring up any other quarterback. I don't give a damn about them quarterbacks. If they don't got a star on their helmet, don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if Atlanta paid Kirk Cousins $400 million and $300 million is guaranteed. He don't have a star on his helmet. I don't give a damn how much you're getting paid.
Thank you.
Don't care.
Agreed.
Here's my thing, though, Agent. When you said it's a team game, what I've learned in my life is it's always a team something, whether that's – it don't even have to involve the game of football. There's we in something when it's going bad.
Exactly.
Because earlier in the show, we talked about how the quarterback gets the high praise, right?
Yeah.
Eli Manning went viral for a rap because he said, "Psych, I beat Tom Brady twice. If it wasn't for his defense, he wouldn't have beat Tom Brady."
No. Hold on, Cowboys corner. Not defense. Their defense is trash. Defensive line was amazing. Their linebackers was trash, and their secondary was trash. That's why they was 9-7.
Right. Their defense was like Justin Tuck and all those guys, right? So it's only a team game when things go bad because I guarantee you that if the heavens open the gates and they poured a Super Bowl down on Arlington, Texas, every Dak fan would say, "Ha! Dak did it."
Yep.
Yes.
And hold on. The defense could have stopped them from scoring the whole game. They're gonna give it to Dak.
Yeah, they're gonna give it to Dak.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I've learned. It's only a team sport when it don't go its way.
Yeah. People have their favorites, and that's just what it is, right?
When people talk about, well, if you want Dak gone so bad, who's going to replace him? Listen, hear me out.
Don't give a damn.
Right. Yeah.
Check this out, though. You don't know unless you try. That's right. Why keep living in fear? Why keep living because you're comfortable? There's homeless people on the streets that are comfortable sleeping on the street, and they don't want to go get housing. They don't want to go get help. Why? Because they're comfortable. They could do so much better if they take that step. Dallas Cowboys, or they can go back to being homeless, right? AKA losing. So the Dallas Cowboys can take that step in investing in a first-round draft pick like Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. Or they can go get a guy like Aaron Rodgers who was drafted 26 overall in the first round. Or they go get Jordan Love who was drafted in the top 20. Or they go get Russell Wilson who was drafted in the third. Or they'll go get Tom Brady who was drafted in the sixth. It doesn't matter unless you try. They didn't do anything for Romo to get competition in here. They didn't do anything for Dak Prescott to get competition in here. You only know who replaces a quarterback when you put some effort, when you get uncomfortable. If you suck, and the double standard to this side, everybody, is they are mad at free agency, right? They're scared to go spend. They're scared to go spend big dollars in free agency, right? But these Cowboy fans that are mad that they're not doing it, they're like, go sign somebody, give it a chance, go give them 3 years. If it fails, it fails. But they can't use that standard with Dak Prescott. Why? Because they're scared to.
It's complacency. Bottom
Hey,
line,
so what are we gonna do? Let Trey Lance go out there? Hell yeah! If Trey Lance go out there and we win 3 games, right? The next year when it's time for the draft, we're gonna pick in the top. When Dak Prescott is the quarterback, it told me we're gonna pick it between 17 and 30.
Yeah, yeah,
you hear me? But we're not gonna get a draft pick good enough to replace him because he does enough in the regular season to make it to the playoffs. And if you can't see that, it's like this guy, he's like, I'm gonna do my job, and that's it. I'm not going above that shit. You pay me $22 an hour, I'm gonna do $22 an hour things. And then what happens when the playoffs come? We lose, and next year we pick at 25th. And guess what happened? All the good players that we need are picked from the 1st to the 10th round. I mean, the pick. And we never could get them. We could have been had a defensive tackle. Oh, we never get a defensive tackle in a draft. Yeah, because we got this motherfucker holding us back. Let the trainer wheels go. If we lose, we could have been had a defensive tackle. We could have been had linebackers. We never get the players that we need because he does just enough so that he don't lose his job. And I'm sick of that shit.
That's right.
No, and so, the 49ers, they drafted Trey Lance in the 1st round. What did they do in the 7th round? They drafted another quarterback in Brock Purdy.
Because he didn't fit their system. That's right.
So when Cowboy fans sit here in my face and tell me who to replace him with, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you what the trend is, and the trend is Dak Prescott ain't gonna get us anywhere. So why keep throwing a dart at a map that already has a lot of holes in it?
Hey, Cowboys kid, how old are you? Can you get out there with a helmet?
I can. I'm on defense.
Oh man, no, we need to play quarterback, man.
You quarterback, big dog. Get in there.
Come on, man.
Here we go. Get in there.
You know what I'm so sick of hearing? Dak can get it done. Dak can get it done. He can get it done this year. He can get it done.
Long? How long are you going to say that?
I respect Dak Prescott as a man. I respect him as a father. I respect him as a human being and things like that. I am not throwing no shade on him. I'm not saying that he's not a bad individual. On the field, he might be a good individual. But what he does in his personal life, there's some issues there on the side I don't want to comment about. But I'm saying on the field is just not working.
It's just not working.
Because
OG. But you consider a hater. I don't hate Dak Prescott.
Right.
I don't even know him. Right? I don't hate him, but I'm just saying, like, for the position that like I spend money. Like, I live in New Jersey. I'm right here by 20 minutes from MetLife Giant Stadium, whatever you want to call it. I live in enemy territory, so I get all the flack from Eagles fans because I'm like 2 hours from the Eagles Stadium. Yeah. Eagles fans, Pittsburgh fans, Giants, Jets. I hear it up here, and I'm just. They ask me like I work for Dallas, or what you gonna do about Dak Prescott? I don't work for them.
Right, we don't know. Shit.
I don't goddamn know. But you can't say I don't like Dak Prescott as my quarterback to certain people because now you're a hater. I just don't like him as a quarterback. It's cool, right? Because a lot of y'all didn't like Zeke, but y'all want him back. A lot of y'all wanted Tyron out of here. But when he signed with the Jets, y'all want him back. A lot of y'all wanted Michael Gallup gone. But when the Panthers said they were going to sign him, y'all want him. Like, y'all got to chill.
Yeah, right.
If you like a certain player that I don't like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you a hater. Oh, if you don't like him, you don't like him.
Right.
My thing is, and I ain't going to say no more. Tell me what Dak Prescott has done for the team, not personal records, for the team that Tony Romo didn't do. Exactly. They're in the same spot. Nobody won. So why are we glorifying Dak when Tony didn't do the same thing Dak didn't do? Exactly. And Dak had weapons like Tony had weapons. Tony had weapons. Dak had weapons. They want to act like if Dak don't have a great running back, a great tight end, 7 wide receivers. The defense got to be the best defense the NFL has ever seen. The coaching got to be Listen, we all worked at jobs that we didn't have the best staff members there. We didn't have the best manager there, but we had to do our job. He doesn't do his job when it's counted, and they can't see that.
Right.
No, they can't see it. And I mean, when it comes to the playoffs, we all know this because we've all played on some level. when it comes to the playoffs, it's about the players. Yes, the coaches matter, but like at that point, like you've been studying the opponent for so long that it's about players making plays when it counts most. Yes, there's a couple of plays that scheme matters, but there's no surprises come the playoffs. And your best, I mean, whether Dak is a gray area quarterback, that's just what he is. He's always going to be just good enough to get us that 12-5 record, but never good enough to. I mean, the mere fact that we were down 27 nugget at halftime in the Packers game. I mean, but it's not the first season this has happened. Eight seasons he's completed 8 seasons, 2-5 in the playoffs. So I mean,
Isha, hold on one more thing, and I'm good for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Cowboy players, right? I have to say this because I don't have a channel to talk like this.
Yeah, you do it. You got the platform right here on Talking Crazy.
Right. So when it comes to the players who got injured the year before, right? Tony Pollard, Terrence Steele, they want them players to come back playing 100% the next year, right?
Right.
But when Dak Prescott fucked his thumb up, and we know he got hurt.
Right. Everyone made excuses for it.
Right. It's he was injured the year before. Yeah. So this is my thing. Terrence still got injured in the playoffs. You think he'll come back less than a year later playing like he was? Give him a break. You think Tony Pollard, who got hurt in the same game, was going to come back running like Tony? Give him a break. You think that Jordan Lewis, who broke his foot or some bullshit on an interception, is going to come back the next year and play how you play? Yeah, all dog them players, but when Dak Prescott come back playing fucked about the injury, it's because his thumb was hurt. It's like
excuses.
It's always excuses. Like people get hurt. You can't explain how somebody's going to come back after injury. But when other players who y'all want to give the blame to don't come back and play. Oh, Terrence Steele play like crap. He fucked his knee up less than a year ago in a fucking game when he was playing good till he fucked his knee up.
No, 8 months ago. 8 months after 8 months after that. 8, 9 months after that.
Everybody, he's not. Y'all were just sucking him off 8 months ago. Don't say he trash now after an injury. But when Dak Prescott fuck his thumb up and he's throwing interceptions, I'm not mad at a quarterback throwing interceptions. I'm mad at you see what kind of heart you have. So
yes, agreed.
So when he throw the interception, all right, he trying to sling it. He trying to let them know we still here. But the Cowboys content creators always acting like that's a pass because his thumb was hurt. Then give Terrence Steele that same energy. Y'all trying to get rid of him. Y'all trying to get rid of Zeke. Y'all trying to get everybody else but him. Come on, man. Listen. Jason Garrett punk ass not here no more.
Nope.
Right.
The offensive coordinator. I can't remember.
Kellen Moore.
Scott
Linehan, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
They ain't here no more.
Yeah.
When are we gonna learn that you have to get like I'm a father, a husband. When shit go wrong in my household, it's on me why it went wrong.
Yep.
Right? It's on me. Right?
Yeah.
And I take the blame why it went wrong.
Yeah.
But y'all don't give this guy no kind of it's like you scared to give him flack. Of course, Dak Prescott take a lot of shit from the media that he shouldn't. I'm not saying that, but you know how it is. Everybody's a Cowboy hater, right?
Right. That's
but when it comes from your own team and fans, you might want to take a look at it though. Like we know Shady McCoy going to say some shit that you know Joy Taylor, maybe Dak didn't take her to the prom and she mad about it. She going to talk some shit. You know Skip always saying he's a Cowboy fan, but every time I seen him talk football when I used to watch him, he was always on Tom Brady nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know when you're a Cowboy player that every game that you play is a Super Bowl. And that's what they don't realize as players. Every game, it could be week 1. If we lose week 1 to the Jaguars, we ain't shit.
Right.
But these players got to understand that every game that you play from week 1 to the playoffs to the Super Bowl, it's a Super Bowl game every fucking game. Because as soon as you lose, right, you could knock off Tom Brady, you could have knocked off Drew Brees, you could have knocked off Aaron Rodgers. You could have knocked off Josh Allen the first 4 weeks. As soon as you lose to one team, they ain't shit no more.
Right. Exactly.
But the players got to realize that. And that's what I'm saying about the team. You could blame Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones.
Right.
You could blame Will McClay. They don't have a helmet on when it's Sunday and Monday night.
Right.
Yes.
You gotta use your and take care of that. Like how many jobs have you worked when the supervisor wasn't shit, but you had to get the job done?
You had to get the job done. Bottom
Right.
line is
So stop. Listen, I know Jerry's an asshole, Steven's an asshole, and they are part of the blame, but you still gotta go out there and get the job done. So I don't want to hear about, oh, he didn't have a wide receiver.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes,
He didn't
wide
have
receiver,
running back.
led the league in dropping all year. He won a Super Bowl.
Right.
All year. They was leading the league in drop passes, and somehow, some way, he won a Super Bowl. But let that been Dak Prescott,
right?
Wide receivers leading the league in drop passes,
right?
All hell with a. He had nobody to throw to. Come on, man.
Right, all day.
Right.
All day.
Right, exactly.
Nobody throw to.
100% agree.
Well, he don't have a running back.
Yeah, shit. No,
he had running back. The valet parking wasn't on time before the game, so he had to wait 15 minutes. Or the chef didn't make him his chicken. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. My thing is, if I was Dak Prescott, I would make it like, listen, man, don't make no excuses for me.
Yeah, right.
The defense gave up 38.
Listen, it's people out there who are doctors, right?
Right.
These professional athletes are playing a game. I don't play at my job. I'm a woodworker, a carpenter. I don't play at my job. I don't play carpentry. I have to put you play football. That means you should be easy to do this because you've been doing this shit since
you were a
kid.
was
a fucking kid. Right. Don't act like his job is so hard because they are actually paying you motherfuckers millions. My job don't pay me millions to make furniture.
Yeah. Right.
Right. The shit that Dak Prescott used in his mansion is what I make. So they don't pay me that shit. They pay him to go play football. Play football.
Right. Exactly. 100% agree.
100% agree, Agent. Thank you, man, for coming on, brother.
Yeah,
thanks,
man.
bro. It's good to hear.
Good to hear all those facts right there.
Cowboys kid, what you got to say about all that? Cowboys kid.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you've been quiet, man. Come on, man.
You'll be a little fired up, I see, huh?
It's a lot because, it's a lot. It's a lot of crap. So in this off season, you're dealing with like just a bunch of planes of crap just flying in all different directions. And off season, you're supposed to be locked in. You're supposed to be focused, getting new guys to come and help you win. But I think this is the thing about Dak is that we're so programmed. I think this is what Jerry is trying to paint Dak as, like this hero, guy in the community who's giving all these charities, and that's great and that's wonderful. And he has this compelling story that touches all of our hearts and all that. But then when he gets on the field, it's a whole nother story. And so I think the thing is that when we can, if this is a big if we can blend that compelling story and his questionable skills and make a franchise quarterback, which I don't think Dak is. But I think the reason why we keep giving Dak so many chances is because of the man who he is, his story, his background, and he's an American hero. They're trying. That's what they're trying to paint him as. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they give him so many chances because he's a gray area quarterback, like Agent said, like OG said, like even I've said Cowboys corner. It's like he's just good enough to get us 12-5, but never good enough to win a basic wild card game that we're 17-point favorites in. So I mean, that's the kind of quarterback he is, man. And I mean, I'm 100% with Agent. I'm 100%. I mean, it's like we know what we're going to be next season with Dak. So what the hell is the problem trying something new? Worst case scenario, we bomb next season. We get a first-round pick out of that, maybe. Who knows? But at the very least, we're not like complacent. That's the Cowboys' nature, complacency. So, but yep.
Retro Scotty, welcome to the corner of Crazy and Cowboys on the 10-year Cowboys Corner anniversary stream. Congrats, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. What you got for the Talking Crazy show.
So what was this? I just now got here. So what are we talking about specifically? Is this about Dak again?
Well, we've been talking for Dak for an hour and 9 minutes. So if you want to talk on Dacky, Wacky, Packy, you go do that.
What can I say?
Right.
What hasn't been said? Dak's been here 8 seasons, 2-5 in the playoffs. I mean, hey, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because he had Kellen Moore, and I was willing to see how he would do without him, and for the most part, he did good for the most part, except for the earlier part where he was struggling, and that's because
people are treated
exactly opening up. But still, whenever after that 49er game, that's when hey, you gotta give your playmakers the ball, and just like when Aikman had to give Michael Irvin the ball, get his playmakers involved. That's when things start clicking and happening. That's when this offense started moving. And yeah, granted, it was against several more bad teams, but we did beat a few good teams along the way, like the Eagles and Detroit. Even though we should have at least won that game by a touchdown for the most part. But 8 seasons, I mean, and seeing how Dak is performing, good regular season quarterback, but when it comes to the playoffs, when the pressure is on, he just cannot come through. Yeah. Simple as that. And it's time to definitely, find his replacement, which would either be in this draft or maybe Trey Lance may be that guy. Who really knows? But seeing how everything unfolded in free agency with Tyron leaving, Biotish also leaving, him going to the Commanders, Tyron going to the Jets. I thought did we lose somebody else as well? Or are those really just our main guys, I think?
We've lost Neville Gallimore with the Dolphins. We cut LVE. We cut Michael Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup's gone. I can understand that.
Tony Pollard with the Titans.
Tony Pollard was there as well.
Titans.
Badass went to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
Dorrance Armstrong and Biotish went to the Washington Commanders.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but Biotish, yeah.
And we signed a couple of our own guys, our lawn snapper and Jordan Lewis, and then
and CJ Goodwin, and we got Eric Kendricks in here
because Zimmer worked with him back in Minnesota, so I can understand getting a new veteran linebacker. I think Kendricks, I guess he's a decent signing, but we definitely need to add a few more pieces. I would say try to maybe see if you can get a decent veteran running back, but maybe you can get that in the draft. Maybe get another defensive tackle that is a good run plugger, if we're going to talk about that. As far as Dak is concerned, I think we definitely need to find a replacement either in the draft or see what we have with Trey Lance. Because sadly, we don't have a whole lot of picks in this draft despite getting us one of those comp picks. I think we only got like a 5th and a 6th rounder, I think, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Yes.
But I'm just warning everyone. I'm telling you right now, take my word for it. They're not going to get rid of Dak. As much as we all want it, I am willing to bet my paycheck they're not going to get rid of Dak this season. So
I mean, I don't think he's going to be gone this season, but I hope they do not. They decide not to extend him and see. You know what? You have one more year, Dak. You better show it. You better show that you're more than capable of carrying this team without certain players on this, without Gallup, without your.
They're probably going to say that, even though I mean, Jerry will probably say that, even though we all know that he can't carry shit without any. I mean, how many good players do we need for him to win a playoff game? Shit.
Yeah, he's had more than enough talent. I think it's time for us to.
Let me ask you guys this. Eshan, I'll start with you.
What's up?
So, in order for Dak Prescott to get an extension, he has to what?
In order for him to get an extension, if you're asking me, he needs to
win
Super Bowl. But
Super Bowl.
I think if it were me as the general manager of the Cowboys, my ass would be like, "Look, man, you haven't made it past the second round. You were down 48-16 against the Packers. You're 2-5 in the playoffs. I won't even negotiate a contract with you unless you get us to a championship." That's how I would approach it. What do I think Jerry will do? If I think we make it to a NFC Championship game, because we've not been there in so long, I think Jerry Jones will be like, "Oh, you know what? It's okay. I'll pay you again. $60 million. Shit," which is fucking maddening to even hear those words out of my mouth. But
or even that 3-year, $180 million that I've.
But $60 million.
that much at all.
Yeah, but no, I mean, for me, it's come a point in time now. Will he win a championship? I do not believe it whatsoever. None of us do. But
Okay.
but
Cowboys get.
But yeah.
In order for Dak Prescott to get the extension, he has to
get out of Dallas.
Okay, I like it.
Get out. We're done. No, it's no. Just bye.
Good answer.
OG, in order for Dallas Cowboy to get a contract extension, he has to.
Right, I know.
You gotta take a pay cut.
Okay.
He gotta waive that no trade clause. They got if they want to do this, man, he gotta negotiate this little contract all over again. You know, and it's just not working out, man. So if they could do that on the contract and then try to get some players in here, free agency to help this team out on defense, you know, and the secondary and linebacker and offensive side of the ball. It's just it doesn't make any sense for him to be on the team this long still. You know, right. it's just a repetitive thing over and over and over.
No, yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, I understand that we've seen, you know, I understand that we saw the same thing that came across with Peyton Manning a long time ago when he couldn't beat Tom Brady, but then he finally beat him, you know, a long time ago. You know, I don't know if he did or not. That's been so long ago, but you know, he got to negotiate this contract differently and then waive that clause because, you know, it's time to go. And if we can trade you to get something like Green Bay did, like other teams did, we got to get some picks for this guy. Because if we don't get no picks for him, we lose out on this. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. So
real quick, the man, the myth, the legend is down below right there.
Yes.
Ready, hold on.
In the house.
Dallas Cowboy fan 1980, welcome to the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. You are on the 10th anniversary of Dallas Cowboy football news. Catch up 2011 and Cowboys Corner stream. Welcome. My lights flickered.
With the power.
Talking crazy.
What's happening, man? What's going on, man?
What's happening?
1980. I'm good, brother. How you been?
Man. I just been chilling, man. I've been happy.
Good. I like happy.
Very happy. Very laid back, very calm. My nerves ain't bad. My blood pressure's back down. Just enjoying life.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about, yeah.
What everyone should be doing, enjoying life.
So your blood pressure, what you were at 120 over 74 now?
Something like that.
The stress level all the way down now a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad, man.
Been real nice.
No more yelling at the TV. Shit.
Yeah. Just happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
what has your reaction been to the Cowboys off season?
I really haven't had one. That's who we are. I mean, we don't do anything. We don't.
Exactly.
I came out from under my rock and I made a video the other day.
Yep.
And, I was wondering why everybody was so, man, people were at work.
People were really mad.
Hey, 1980, man, what do you think? Why are we not doing nothing, man? Why everybody's so mad? I'm like, why y'all mad? This is who we are. We don't make moves in the free agency. We haven't did that since what? Deion, T.O.?
Man.
Right.
Even Brandon Carr back in 2012.
We just don't do that. You know, we don't.
No, it's just basically bargain bin, Dollar Tree shopping, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so we don't do that. I'm not upset. I wasn't upset. It's that when you're used to things, you just don't get upset about them anymore. It's just
it's just sad at this point. No, man, it's just sad.
We don't have much cap room, but there you go. You could restructure a few contracts like Diggs and who is the other contract that should be restructured? Steals should be restructured. Maybe sign Lamb, maybe because I would definitely sign Lamb before Micah. And if anything, I honestly would trade Micah. He can go to Dan Quinn with Washington for all I care.
Go ahead, 1980.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, I didn't mean to cut you off, 1980.
You good? I think they're restructuring Zach Martin's contract as well.
Oh,
see, that's what happens when you jump the gun and overpay, somebody. I'm not going to say no names, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
So we haven't got any benefit from it.
Nope.
That's the problem. That's the big issue. But
59 million, a lot of money.
That's the business. That's the nature of the beast. So
I see Rocky 3 in the background. Damn good movie right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm angry like Mr. T. I'm angry like Mr. T.
Yeah.
You need to retire.
Yes. That's they need to fucking retire. Notice on that.
Yeah, fucking Rocky 3, man.
All right. So 1980. When you got in here, 1980, I was asking, and I'll get yours, and go to Retro Scotty here. In order for Dak Prescott to stay a Cowboy and get an extension, he has to what?
Be careful.
Yes, because we've been talking about Dak Prescott for the last hour and 15 minutes before you got in here. So my question is, in order for Prescott to get the extension, he needs to blank. Cowboys kid was get out of Dallas. Eshawn's was win a Super Bowl. OG's was take a pay cut. What's yours?
My stress level just went back up.
Dang it! On the corner of Crazy and Cowboys, we'll send you to the doctor.
Oh, shit.
Dak tends to do that, sadly, or the Cowboys in general, the cardiac kids.
I doubt this would happen. I doubt this would happen, but he would have to. He's got to win the big one. That's the only way. Yes. In my book, that would be the only way. We can't even get past
the fucking divisional.
Yeah, we can't even. He's shown that we haven't. He's shown lack of leadership, lack of consistency.
Right.
Oh,
what happened?
Oh, we lost 1980.
Oh, Dak got to 1980. Damn it! How dare you, Dak?
Yeah, we lost him. I don't know what happened. Retro. In order for Dak to get a contract extension with the Dallas Cowboys, he has to what?
I'd say several things, maybe three things. One, he has to really show up in the playoffs and play consistently. No turnovers, but throw for multiple touchdowns and not turn the ball over. Second of all, he needs to go past the wild card because sadly that's not guaranteed. Second, he needs to win the divisional round. Third, definitely win in the conference championship or show that he played well enough to win that game if the defense couldn't stop anybody. That's what needs to happen. That's what good quarterbacks fucking do, is play well under pressure and get their team back into position to win.
Yeah.
And maybe possibly get to the Super Bowl somehow. That's the only way you can really consider even extending Dak or at least giving Dak a new contract. That could be the justification, but I just don't see that happening. I just don't see that. I don't trust Dak to perform well under pressure like he should.
But yeah,
just imagine if Romo was still playing, he probably could play well under pressure, even though it was a bit of a struggle for him. But then again, he didn't exactly have the greatest guys, being as offensive coordinator, because let's face it, Jason Garrett wasn't very good in that department.
Yeah.
Nor Wade Phillips as the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He needed a self-disciplined coach like Parcells or maybe someone like Belichick. Someone to install some solid discipline in the team, not have this type of, culture where you can do what you want, the country club atmosphere. That's got to fucking go.
Yeah.
Or none.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
So 1980, you were talking about in order for Dak Prescott to get that extension, he has to win a Super Bowl. Did you cut out? Did you want to keep talking on that?
Like I said, I think that's something he'll never do. I would love to be wrong about that, but he just hasn't. Not just him, but this team just hasn't proven that they can get past the first round. I'm just so iffy about him. I can't even give you a straight answer because they don't even know what direction they're going in. It's really, really hard to say, but he would have to win a championship. I don't think he has the fire and the will to want to do that.
No, he doesn't.
He just hasn't shown that. So,
nope.
It would be nice if I'm wrong, but
right.
They've been proving me right for almost 30 years. So I just.
Man. That's a long time. 30 years is a long, long time of not winning.
And it feels like we say that every year, man. We do say it every year.
How long? The Joneses have been there, for 35 years?
Something to that effect, yeah.
Yeah, both of them need to step down because we can't trust Steven to run the organization. He's going to try to be a cheapskate and try to hold on to daddy's pie money for all we know. So that's how he is. We don't need free agency. Oh, all in, but that's not. We can't do that by free agency. Blah blah. Well, shut the fuck up, Steve-O. You're just as bad as your daddy when you have to run your mouth.
According to him, you don't win Super Bowls in the free agency or through the draft.
Yeah, you saw what he said, right? Fucking like, apparently their definition of all in doesn't mean free agency moves.
Yeah.
In what world is that? Any other team fucking is making free agency moves but us. Mm-hmm. Isn't that?
I think in order for a team to win a Super Bowl, a lot of it is putting the right chess pieces in place. And the chess pieces are guys who want to win. 1980 played ball at all levels. JUCO, junior high, high school, college. I played everything but college. I'm sure we all have here. Except Cowboys kid, you're getting there. And 1980, maybe in OG, the older guys, retro, I don't know how old you are, but these older 39. Guys, how old?
39.
So you're we can all talk on this. Culture is a big thing, but the mindset is bigger.
Yes.
And in order for a team, you look at the 90s Cowboys, Irvin had the mindset. Emmett was writing down his goals, and he said, I want to lead the NFL in rushing. Yeah. As a rookie, they laughed at him. It's a mindset.
Yes.
And our mindset right now is Dak's the company guy. Micah's the podcast guy.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Trayvon Diggs is the business decision guy. He don't want to make those big tackles in big moments. And it's not on old wacky pracky Prescott either, right? There's a mindset that we're missing here in this Dallas Cowboys organization, and you look at the top of it. It's about how many dollars can we bring in during the height of free agency. They're at a rodeo press conference.
Man, oh Lord,
the owners, the guys that are supposed to be signing free agents, are at a rodeo press conference. Yeah. So the mindset to be a champion is lacking. How in the world do you build a franchise? You bought them for $130 million, and now they're worth $9 billion, and we don't have one winning mindset. When I go to the casino, my mind's to go win a jackpot. And 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty lucky. I do. I'm not going in there thinking, I'm going to go here for fun. I'm going to go on stupid machines. I'm going to do stupid stuff. Well, there goes my budget. I'm gone 5 minutes later, right? The mindset has to be there. 1980. Lay the gospel.
Yes.
Preach. On championship mindset for us.
Well, that's why Jimmy Johnson was so important to
the
team. And I think Jerry didn't like that.
Yeah.
Jerry never had the mindset. Jimmy Johnson did. That's why he brought him over as coach. That period, that time, that short amount of time that he was here was so impactful. That's why, and he wasn't here long. If you look back, if you think about it, he wasn't here long.
Yeah.
But that short time, that short span of time was enough to get us some championships. We probably could have won maybe 4, 5 if things would have went right. But Jerry just got too big, ego got too big. It's more than I think sports are more because see when you start playing sports when you're a little kid. When you're a little kid, Pop Warner, junior high, high school, college, there's no money involved. It's all art, it's all
passion.
But as soon as you cross over to the NFL, the business part comes in.
Yeah.
And it takes away that pride. It takes away that, after a while, especially in today's game, old school players, they would get out there, man. And I never forget, I've said this story a million times. The 49ers, they beat us and they went on to beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl. And Steve Young, they went up there to clean out the lockers and everything. And he just happened to look out on the field, on the practice field, and Jerry Rice out there. He's out there running routes.
Yep.
He's out there running routes, getting ready for the next season.
Yep.
Dang it, we keep dropping them. Cowboys champ, welcome to the 10-year anniversary of Cowboys Corner. But hold on, in 1980 came right back in. Go ahead and finish that thought, 1980. You there?
Hi, frozen.
Damn, you're frozen, man.
Yeah. I guess Jones has got to him on that.
All right, Cowboys champ, what's up, man? Welcome to the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Oh, there he is. Here he is. 1980's back. He ain't frozen no more.
Congratulations on 10 years, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Cowboys.
Congratulations. It's been about 5 for me, but
hey, keep working.
10 years. 10 years. That's good, man.
He keep freezing. Can you hear us, 1980?
He keep freezing.
It froze again. Yeah.
Dude, he has so much power. This is what happens when you have so much power. This is what happens when you have all the power right there.
Watch us, I guess.
Yeah. Cowboy champ, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for the 10 years. Yes. Congratulations, brother. Thank you.
You know what, man? Before you come back, instead of me saying Cowboy fan, I'm saying hello, Cowboys culture.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. That's gonna be my new intro for now until the culture does change.
Oh, fuck.
We don't have a winning mindset. We don't have a championship mindset. Cowboys champ.
Football mindset either, too.
No, so don't, man, because I'm like, man, it's a fuck. I'm sorry, it's a fucking broken record. We talk about Jerry Jones. He acting like he Jesus Christ of Dallas Cowboys, the owner, president, and the general manager. 3-in-1.
Yeah.
And okay, do you remember? I want to say it had to happen back in the early 2000s when the Cowboys was on the ticket.
Yeah.
And this fan called in asking Jerry questions, and he asked Jerry, when are you gonna hire you a true football man? Jerry said, "You like some 3 Super Bowls? I bet you did." Okay, I'm still waiting for a 4th Super Bowl.
Right. Oh my God!
Just give me one. I mean, it's just 30 years.
But we're not. I doubt. I mean, it's complacency, man. We talked. How many times we're going to talk about it? No matter how stupid we might think he is, you care about something enough, you'll put forth the effort to try to change at the very least. He doesn't try to change it. I mean, 30 years, it's a long enough time. If you care enough, you will have done something or another in 30 years. And he hasn't. So, I mean, I'm not mad at this point. As I've said the whole show, it's just like, it's just frustrating. It's just sad. We all care more than they do. And I mean, that's the problem. So that's the problem.
And what's still killing me is all these Dak supporters. Dak can't. Dak, he's being framed. Dak need to be paid $60 million. Look at Kirk Cousins.
Dak being paid
Kirk
$60
Cousins
million.
getting paid. Dak is better than him.
Ah, shit. $60 million.
And that's a problem, and that's a problem across the NFL. You're paying too many bad quarterbacks tier one money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's true. $60 million for Dak Prescott. That just
And you know what? And the reason why the only reason why we got Deuce Vaughn, the only running back in the roster, because we can't afford anybody because number 4, $59 million.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Cowboys corner. Let me ask you a question.
Hit me.
What's your opinion about them cutting Gallup and LVE? Do you think that's for salary cap reasons, or you think they're going a new direction?
Well, yeah, I think it was because the money wasn't matching the production. You look at LVE, obviously he has to retire, right? And then Michael Gallup just hasn't been the same since he's had that ACL injury, just wasn't the same. So, Michael Gallup's money's going to sign the draft picks because it's $9.5 million that they're going to get on June 2nd. And that's going to sign your draft class. You look at we're in this free agency, and they haven't. The only contract they restructured was Zach Martin's, right? So I think that they're going to write out this coattails, and next year, if they don't extend Micah, if they don't extend CeeDee Lamb, and if they don't extend Dak Prescott, the Cowboys are on the books to have $87 million to spend next year. If not. And probably more money.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
because the cap's going to go up, so they could have potentially, if they don't do any extensions, they could have almost $100 million in free agency money next year. And that new coach that's going to come in is going to be sitting like Dan Quinn over there and with the Commanders. Just, man, I can draft the quarterback that I want. I can sign who I want. Let's go see how fast it takes to rebuild, because I think this is what they're going to do here. This is what I'm thinking, and then you guys will chime in after this. I think they want to go get them a younger quarterback and build around a younger quarterback.
Yeah.
Versus trying to build around an older quarterback. And one thing that I think pissed Jerry off the most was the headlines that said Dak Prescott is in total negotiation. The ball is in his court. It's all up to Dak. Jerry can't do nothing about it. Jerry's doing something about it. Jerry said, "This is my team. Who told you that? We're going to sit here and not talk to Dak Prescott. We're going to sit here on our hands and show you that it's my team. Dak don't have the leverage."
Right.
And so what boils down to this is, if we're sitting here with a 31-year-old quarterback in July, and we're forced to extend a 31-year-old quarterback who hasn't won us anything, and he does another 4-year contract, are we forced to re-sign a 35-old quarterback?
No.
When does the revolving door end?
Right.
Cowboys, I'll let you go first.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was talking to my boy Gio. We go to middle school together, and I was like, "Dang, if I got paid $60 million, how much?
I bet at your age that must seem like gold, man.
Additionally in the game, see, I play safety, right? I busted my knee for this game.
Strong or free?
So much heart and everything. I'm sorry.
Strong or free safety? You look like a free safety.
Free safety. I busted my knee for this game. I put so much in football. I love football. I love it. I love watching it. I love playing it. Yeah. Imagine if I was getting paid millions of dollars.
Right.
You know how much more heart I would put in this work? And guys over here sitting up in their mega mansions doing their thing. And if I was on that field and I was 6'3", 250 or whatever big those guys were, and I was getting paid all those multi-millions, I would be going crazy on that field. I'm telling you, boy.
It's mindset.
The amount of money they get paid and the stuff they do, It's not working. It don't add up.
It don't add up. OG, were you listening to any of that I was spilling?
What was that now?
You weren't. Were you listening to what I was saying for you to be elaborating on it?
What were you talking about?
Hold on, I'll go to you in a minute. Retro. You want to elaborate?
On the $60 million deal, right?
Well, everything I said about, Jerry saying, no, I'm in charge. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
The coach next year, whatever. Talk on that.
Well, yeah, Jerry's going to definitely have that ego that, hey, he's still running this team. He's not going to let a guy like Dak try to have the leverage on him. So,
yeah.
And then when you have so much amount of money to spend next year, if McCarthy's not back, you get a new coach, gets to do what he wants to do. He gets to maybe make a decision on re-signing maybe certain players that are still, performing, or maybe trading one that's not going to be, is not performing or is always opening his mouth and just focusing on his podcast rather than football, because the whole culture just wants to be the number one seller in jersey sales. It's all about the money. It's not about taking football seriously. It's not about the dedication to the game. It's all about just trying to make those TV sales, make those commercials, just trying to do all this other shit. I mean, yeah, it's good for business, but it's not good for business when you're not winning the big championships or the conference championships or the Super Bowls.
Right.
You need to bring the culture back down to earth, where it's all about the football. It's all about getting the wins. It's all about having the dedication to take football seriously. It's all about winning, not losing, or being consistent one game or inconsistent or another. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You also have to really take chances and spend, on key players, key free agent players that are going to make contributions. They're going to improve the team, and get draft players that can, really add an elite element to the whole team, and actually draft for talented players that can definitely fill a need. And you'll definitely have something successful going forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough for you to go on Cowboys Corner. Hopefully that was enough.
Yeah. No, Eshaw, go ahead, man.
Well, no, man. I mean, what's my opinion on that? It's just, we all know Jerry Jones is just like, the Dallas Cowboys are an ego dick stroke for Jerry Jones, for lack of a better word. That's just what it is. And all of us here know that. So, I mean, it's just, of course, the reports that are saying, hey, Dak has a leverage. Of course, Jerry Jones is going to be mad because, that's just who the guy is, man. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, I hope he doesn't pay him $60 million. That fucking sits horribly in my mouth. But I mean, I'm afraid he might. And that's just because, I mean, we how many times we talk? I mean, 9 years of 8-9 years in the NFL. I mean, he could have he would have been gone by now. If based off of productivity, he could have been gone by now. But I don't know. I mean, it's just, I'm just, the culture problem. It's something that I'm afraid won't get fixed, for the mere fact that, I mean, again, 30 years is a long enough time, man. It's more than enough time to be able to, you can, in 30 years, if you cared, again, you'll be doing something to try to change. At the very least, we can see, if we saw effort, if we saw passion, if we saw care, that would be something. But I look at the Dallas Cowboys, and when it comes to the playoffs, I don't see any passion. I don't see anybody giving a fuck in any aspect of the team in the playoffs. And that's not just this year. We can go back, I mean, shit, for the past 30 years. And so, I mean, the culture problem, unfortunately, I'm afraid with Stephen Jones, it's going to be worse. I mean, and that's a scary bullet to bite, but I mean,
Cheapskate Steven, that's his
name. yeah. I mean, with the whole free agency comments that I just heard this guy make, and this is not the first season that this guy has said some whacked off shit like that. So I mean, I'm afraid the culture won't get fixed, and that because I mean, it's because of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones that guys like Micah Parsons are okay with getting on their podcast after one tackle. It's okay that Dak Prescott's asking for $60 million after 2 playoff fucking victories in 9 years. Shit. I mean, right? But I mean, like, name me another, like, you think that, like, I mean, this would happen on, like, shit, on like, shit. Tom Brady won 6 championships. They ran his ass out of New England.
Right.
So I mean, only with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, you think that Dak would have won at least 5 of those playoff games, and then maybe he would have gotten his money. But you know what? Man. He doesn't. He just wants to be highest paid quarterback. He doesn't give a shit about winning.
That's it.
And I mean, again, I mean, not harping on Dak, but it's just like of all the games he's lost, it's not only that quarterback is like outplaying them, it's fucking lopsided. Big time right. Jordan Love outplayed him. Big time fucking Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, fucking, Aaron Rodgers. Go down the list. And I mean, you're willing to pay him $60 million? Shit. So, yeah, no, I mean, but that's why it's sad again, but I mean, it's just, I'm not remotely surprised, but I'm just afraid that, I'm afraid that this culture is not going to get fixed. So there's been no evidence to show us that it will.
Right. Jones are pretty much the evidence of the problem. I think when they're both gone, probably.
OG, go ahead and talk on this, and then I'll go around. We'll do closing statements.
Oh yeah. Of course, Jerry got a little bit more leverage. He's the owner, but that was the most dumbest contract assigned in NFL history, besides right up under Deion Sanders' contract. I think Dak is selfish.
I agree.
For him to go in there and negotiate, this pisses me off. What he's saying is, okay, you didn't sign me 2 or 3 years ago, before the contract came down. So now I'm gonna get this out. Now I'm gonna get this money. Okay, I understand that, but that's the most selfish contract that I've seen, for a while, because first of all, you don't want to be traded. You want to hold Jerry's feet to the fire. You want to say, look, I can't be traded. Or if we can find a trade partner, that has not came up yet. So, And then now you want $59 million for 2 playoff wins. And you've been there for 8 years. And I thought that was selfish, because we ran everybody out of town already. We ran all the coaches out. We done ran all the offensive coordinators out, and all the players are gone. We ran Amari Cooper out of here. So, it's this guy, we can't even trade this guy. And if we could have done it, we could have done it a couple of days ago.
Right.
So apparently there's something up there behind the scenes we don't know. Maybe it's the stadium. I don't know if he still needs to pay for the stadium. If there's a problem there, you need to pay the workers at the stadium, whoever. I don't know what's going on with that. But this is the most selfish contract that I've seen, because you haven't done anything, know. And they got played again, like they got played in Tony Romo. At least Tony was tradable, but he got hurt though. So, hey, that contract still paying on that probably. So, so somebody to go in there and negotiate, you can't trade me, is the most craziest crap I've ever seen. You can't trade me, and I'm still a bum. We could have traded him. You know how we could have built this team already with picks. With offensive, like the Green Bay picks, all those picks we could have got to build for the future, but now we're still stuck back in the draft at 20-something. And now we can't sign anybody. We can't sign anybody. So these contracts, negotiations, all this is crazy.
It's fucking awful, dude.
It doesn't surprise me a bit how they negotiate. For them to let them go in there and play him like that, his lawyer or his the guy that he went in there and negotiated the contract with, They got a good deal, a damn good deal. So and that's what I got to say on that, because it doesn't make any sense. Now this team is hurting financially, and because we're behind the 8 ball and we don't know how to get out of our own way, and it's been going on for a while. So with that contract, that killed us. That killed us for sure. And everybody said, "Well, sign him to get an extension so we can free up some money." But to go get who now?
Right.
There's still some guys out there, but I mean, they got played, and so now Jerry Steve trying to figure out a way how to recuperate and trying to recover what they lost in this contract negotiations, and tell Dak, "Hey, we're not ready to sign you yet," and they're afraid of cutting him, taking the cap hit, and I wish we were ballsy. I wish we would grab our cojones and say, "Hell, fuck it, let's move forward and going with Trey Lance."
Yeah.
Or drafting a quarterback, in this year's draft or next year's draft, and just that money is going to be, they got to figure out that $59 million, but to pay you 4 more years for $59 million when you still haven't gotten to the Super Bowl, it's the most craziest. I don't know can I cuss?
Yeah.
It's the most craziest shit I've ever fucking see or heard for a man who hasn't done anything after all this time.
Yeah.
And now you can't blame anybody else anymore.
No, you can't.
You can't blame Ezekiel Elliott. You can't blame Kellen. You can't blame
Jason Garrett.
You can't blame
Linehan.
Cooper. You shit him. And you can't blame the fans. You can't blame the fans. And so now,
agreed.
There is an issue that's on the stove right now, cooking with a distraction. We have a distraction right now.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
It's like the devil has came in and he's come to seek and destroy, but whatever is hidden in the dark will come to light.
Yeah.
And we have a distraction now over this team now with this negotiation, with this free agency, and this case. And this the biggest distraction. And people, the Jones trying to keep everything on the wrap. I don't know why they're allowing this to keep happening to this team.
Again, complacency.
When they have full control. This is a distraction, man. People can try to sweep this under the rug, and say, hey, it was his fault, her fault, but it's a distraction, man. We can't move past these problems to get to the Super Bowl, to get better as a team, as a franchise. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eshawn, closing statements.
Well, my closing statement is, once again, hearty congratulations on the 10 years of your channel, Cowboys Corner. Again, for Cowboys Kid, you probably don't know this, but this guy started the channel started as Dallas Cowboys Football News, and that's when I started following this guy. So, you do talk crazy sometimes, which is what I'm all jokes aside, congratulations on the 10 years. To another 10 years for it to keep going beyond 10 years. But
thank you, Eshawn.
I appreciate that you've let all of us come on here, talk Cowboys, and so just enjoy, always get a kick out of joining and talking with all you guys. So
yeah.
And so no, I wanted to just say that. And any other closing remarks? Is the shit, man? I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are just being the Cowboys. What else can we say beyond that?
Yeah. Cowboys Kid. Closing statements. Thanks for coming on. You stayed longer this time, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, man.
Yeah, again, congrats.
Nice seeing you, Eshawn.
And
Thank
it's
you.
a blessing. It's a blessing to be part of this Cowboys history. You know what I'm saying? We're making history. And so I mean, the key word again of the Cowboys offseason is distraction. You know, we have all this.
Yes.
It's just too much distraction, and it's no tunnel vision. You gotta have tunnel vision. You gotta look where you're going. You gotta find
Yeah.
it, and then you gotta figure out how you're gonna get there. But we're so distracted on la 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 and la 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 that we're not getting there where we need to be. And then when we wonder why in August or September, why you know how we blew out the Giants 4-0. We wonder why when we go back and when our starting games, we may be getting the repercussions of what we just put on them. It may be the other way around because we were so focused on the off season and these distractions that we could never get our stuff together and work on it and move.
No, 100%. Thank you, Cowboys kid, for coming on. OG, closing arguments. Closing. What's that, Court? God darn it. Closing statement.
Closing arguments. Huh? You sound like a lawyer, huh? But yeah, we can keep it in the court of law if you want. And congratulations on that. You know that 10 years. I really appreciate you having a platform us to speak on our feelings. You know, and I think that it's important for everybody to vent. You know, besides coming. You know, I like the haircut. You know, by the way, you know, you look a little younger. Or
yeah.
You get Dave going.
Coming out venting, we may not be perfect, we're regular human beings living a regular life, and we have, outside of football, we have things that we do, on a daily basis, we're spending time with families. I try to tell everybody, outside of this football thing, spend time with your family, spend time with yourself, go work out, hit the gym, go play video games, go to work, eat right, live healthy, and have peace in your mind and yourself, and to think about the brighter things about, why you're still alive, why you're blessed, because apparently because there is a lot of anger build us up in us. So for us to, to vent to, that's why we're coming here to vent. So try to keep your mind, to have the right mindset, to enjoy yourself every day, because, once we click on the news, it's the Cowboys this, or we click on ESPN, it's going to be the Cowboys this, or we watch the First Take, that's the Cowboys this. We're the talk of the network, point blank. If it's not First Take, or if it's not ESPN, or if it's not NFL Network, or if it's not I've got that one that comes on right
Fox Sports 1.
Not that one, but it's on 219 on
Speak.
Speak.
No, I I'll think of it next time. But yeah, we're to talk, but we're just all shit laughs, laughs and giggles. They love to make fun of this franchise,
right?
And they're going to continue to make fun of this franchise until we do something about it. You know, and that's the sad part. I've been rolling with these guys since '92. As a little kid, I probably was watching them growing up and balling and wanting to be a certain player and things like that. But just to see this franchise suffer for this long is outrageous. It doesn't add up. If we could, we get laughed at constantly. Are you Cowboys fan? Oh shit, I did nothing. It's like we are on more than Kansas City Chiefs, and they done won the Super Bowl 3 times in a row.
Right.
I have never seen them to say, "Hey, Kansas City Chiefs are one of the best teams in the NFL and franchise history." It's always the Dallas Cowboys on each talking network, and we get so much negativity. There's so much negativity about this team that I'm trying to take the positive out of it and separate it until Jerry learns how to make this team a laughing stock. Stop making this team a laughing stock and to get clowned every week. We on every day on First Take. They need to figure out how to clown us. So, that's why we have the biggest fan base, and it's always going to be like that until things change. But I'm sorry to be so winded. But
No, you're good.
Yeah. You know, I want to say one more thing about this Dak Prescott thing. I didn't really want to keep venting, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I thought we should have traded him on the 13th. We had up into the 17th, I think, or 16 or 17. We should have traded him so we can get rid of the distractions and start over fresh. Until we learn as fans, as an organization. But it's okay to lose. It's okay to lose, but we will learn how to learn how to rebuild our offense because we still got CeeDee Lamb and we added other pieces around him. If we don't learn how to do that, and then we will not get out of our own way. And that's the problem. Until Jerry stopped using us and understand that winning is the number one thing. I think he wants to win, him and Steven. I think they want to win, but they don't know how to win.
They want to do it their way.
They want to do it their way. Exactly.
They want to do it their way. They don't know how to win. They like to get in their own way, trip over their own feet, and they're like two left feet, you know? So we're going to see how this thing plays out, but we got a lot of distractions right now.
Agreed.
So that's about all I want to say. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, you know, talking.
Yeah.
And I love the show. Hopefully see you guys, you know, each and every week. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Retro Scotty, thank you for coming on here to Talking Crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. What's your closing statement?
All right. Before I get to that, Cowboys Corner, congrats on everything. Congrats on the 10 years that you put into the channel. It must have been, you know, you are very dedicated to your craft. You put in all the time. You're rocking it, man.
Thank you.
You take the Cowboys very seriously because you're a passionate fan, like all of us. Because we want to see this team do well. We want to see success. We want to have that continued success, like the Patriots have, and just recently the Chiefs had. They take football seriously. They're dedicated. They have coaching. They have the front office. They have the coaching staff that knows to take things seriously. Their preparation and everything. But we have a coaching staff that's like a mixture of maybe serious, but also not so serious, or just they don't know how to really approach everything. But it's really the Joneses. The Joneses are a problem because all they care about is just like the reason why we can't seem to get out of our own way is because they are controlling. And they want to win, but they want to win their way. They want to win what they think is going to guarantee them the appearance of a championship or a Super Bowl, you know, winning, you know, because that's how the Joneses operate. They just don't really care because for whatever reason, their approach to free agency, doing things on a bargain bin, dollar tree kind of deal, thinking that's going to win it, you know, have it equivalent to a winning season. It really doesn't. But just the distractions and the culture they created this entitlement culture. They don't create a football culture.
Yeah.
It's like you have this one great season, bam, you get all the money in the world and all that good stuff. And it just builds up the player's ego, you know, builds up Dak's ego. And then just recently, don't know if anyone mentioned this, but apparently Dak is, I believe, trying to sue someone, trying to supposedly extort him for money back in 2017. That's a bit of a distraction. Is that why he's trying to get more money? If that's the case, he's a selfish asshole. And we don't need selfish assholes on this fucking team. We don't need people like that. We need dedicated football players that are willing to work on their craft, improve as a football player, and take everything at a moment's notice. Just take everything seriously. Learn how to become the best of the best. Become elite, like Patrick Mahomes, or even what's the guy like Chris Jones, or hell, even as you know, Pacheco. You know, for a 7th round rookie, he's doing pretty good at running back. Drafted in the 7th round. We should at least find a player like that, you know, that can make a huge contribution to our team, whether it be in the running game or passing game.
Right.
100%.
We need to actually create a culture that takes things seriously, that builds on a football culture, that actually gets us to that next level, that gets us past the divisional round, gets us to the conference championship, gets us to the Super Bowl. shouldn't be about getting paid the big bucks. That doesn't mean anything when you're not winning championships or winning games at a consistent level. You need to have no selfish players. You need to have players that are going to be dedicated and take the game at face value. And as long as the Joneses remain, the distraction is going to be there. The entitlement's going to be there. It's going to be a domino effect, trickle down effect. Michael with his podcast. If anything, if he really wants to become a better player, take a break from his podcast. Get in that fucking film room and start studying your ass off to learn how to be a powerful 3-down player. If you don't want to play linebacker, fine, but learn how to diagnose plays or not just take a rest off or whatever. I mean, if you're injured, that's one thing, but still, get in that film room, start studying, and Mike Zimmer better be on his ass about that. And also, Lamb, as talented player as he is, sometimes there's moments where he should catch the ball and he drops it, and he should not take his head out of the game. He needs to keep his head in the game, whether Dak is playing well or not. And I don't know what else to say, but as long as the Joneses remain, we're not going to go much of anywhere, or we're going to have a good regular season, but completely bomb in the playoffs because sadly the playoffs don't really it doesn't mean much to them. They just are happy to be there. And if they win, or that's great. But if they lose, they have this real pouty attitude, which I don't want to see,
Mm-hmm.
If you lose like you played your ass off. And in that last playoff game, I didn't see that. So the culture needs to change. The players' attitude needs to change. We need to change for the better. If they're not willing to change, it's time to clean house. And also the Joneses need to fucking retire and sell the team. And that's pretty much your closing statement right there.
Thank you, Retro. Thank you. I want to thank Agent for coming in, 1980 and Cowboys Champ for clicking the link and coming in on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. But no, thank you guys. 10 years ago, this is why I started this. This is the reason why. And I met a lot of great Cowboy fans from around the world, Cowboys abroad in Japan. There was another guy that lived in Afghanistan. He was serving in the United States Army, and he was over there. Can't think of his name because I haven't seen him in quite some time on here to see his username. But this is why I did it. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in to Talking Crazy this Saturday for the 10-year anniversary stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming in to the 10-year anniversary stream and bringing the points, bringing the knowledge. This is where you could talk crazy, and this is where you can talk whatever you want, and you won't get blasted for it. And if someone clips it and posts it, I'm going to knock their ass for copyright. So that's the beauty of YouTube. So your word right here is free to say whatever you want right here on Cowboys Corner. That's what it. Cowboys Crunk. Thank you, Brando. That's why he's the best dang moderator in the business. That's the gentleman I was talking about. Cowboys Crunk.
Cowboys Crunk.
Yeah. And so that was his name. He just hasn't made videos in quite some time. But to my Cowboys family, Space Cowboy, Fifth Quarter Cowboys, 1980, Law, Vach, Mark Holm. I've seen everybody just come up, and whether their fans turn media or whatever, I got to see that, and so that was always good. And being on my island, and saying my opinions and just having guys hit subscribe just to listen to me. I think my voice is annoying. That's my wife. She'll tell you. She's listened to it longer than 10 years. I'll tell you that. And it is what it is. But thank you guys. Thank you.
Man, we love you, man.
We love you guys. They care about money and publicity. That's all they fucking care about. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. But I'm gonna give my 3 outros that I used to say just for the sake of the 10-year anniversary.
Let's do it.
What now?
This has been your Catch Up 2011 Cowboy Nation. Peace. It's been your Dallas Cowboy football news. Dallas Cowboys. Peace. Cowboy Nation. Are you in the Cowboys Corner? Peace.